Hello, Yogi. This should promise to be a fun one today. Let's start seated, closing the eyes, and palms down on your knees. Pull your shoulder blades together, and then release that. For a moment here, let's get soft at the pelvic floor. Breathing in and out through the nose. Inviting the breath to expand. As we continue this breathing meditation, I want to offer you this intention. It's something I want for each one of us. And that is just to be able to have a kind of trick, whatever that trick is, that helps you fall right into a resting brain state. That awareness that is not burdened with too much stress. It's a non-reactivity. And instead a responsiveness. It signifies the ability for you to completely be tending to your own mental garden and your emotional garden at all moments. And even if someone were to blast in, trying to pull you off kilter, trying to ruffle you too much, you just stay totally calm, totally cool, just doing your thing. So being the complete master of your inner space. We're human, so we fall off, but can we develop something that we do that just helps us click right back into that? So today, let's let that thing be this act of placing the palms down on the knees. It's that simple. Placing the palms down on the knees, closing the eyes, going inward, and feeling that internal garden that is ours and ours alone. We are the complete masters of it. Let's experience it now. Let's lock this state of being into place by placing the hands right on the chest and the heart. You can bow to yourself. Setting the intention to be a vigilant master of this inner self, this inner state. And lifting the head, let's join in vibration. Emptying. Taking a breath in. Let's open the eyes, relax the arms. I'm eager to get us moving today, so let us just plant the feet and see if it's possible for you to stand up without hands. Quick little test. Okay. And it's okay if you needed hands, just consider working on it. All right, I'm going to start by making fists roll the wrists around in circles. And the other way. Continue cultivating breath. And cross the arms in front and then in back and in front and in back. And do it a few times. And then shrug the shoulders up and then down and around, up, down and around a few times like that. Get the elbows in there, make some bigger circles now. Be pulling the sternum down and in as you do this. Can you get even bigger range through the shoulders? Okay, take your right hand to your heart, press it in and down as that left arm circles up, back, and around. Can you do it with a straight elbow? It's okay if the answer is no. Let's do it a few more times. Left hand onto the heart or sternum, press it down and in. Keep it stable as the right arm circles. Can we straighten the elbow? Do the best we can. It's a chance to get stabilized at the abdomen as well. Pull the right arm across your heart. Left arm across the heart. And release both arms. Take your head over to the right. Wrap the right arm behind you. I'm actually going to spend quite a bit of time here, maybe 20 or 30 seconds. Just let yourself open up at the neck. You might even feel that all the way down into the chest or the shoulder or the back, depending on your angle. So feel free to roll the head around a little. And then back up to center, release the arms, head tips over to the right side. Wrap the left arm around and help it. Find your angle and then stay there or just move subtly. You can make this about breathing and feeling. Observe your muscles get more supple. Observe the fascia being pulled apart. Observe the energy coming in. All right, and then back to center. Now I'm just going to awaken the spine. Take a twist to the one side and then swing to the other side. It can be the most casual feeling thing at first. This is such an underestimated move. It goes such a long way to bringing fluid into the spine. Now start to look behind you, lock into the place that you gaze at, and then challenge yourself to look farther and farther every time you twist. Keep on going. Couple more. All right, back at center. Reach the arms wide and overhead. You can interlace the fingers, one hand in front of the other though, so different interlacing. And then reach up and over to one side. I like to hike the hip up of the side you're turning to or leaning into. It facilitates the bigger opening on the opposite side, if that makes sense. Up through center. Now switch the grip, other hand in front, interlacing. Reach up tall, hike the other hip high, and tip over to the side. Keeping the arms behind your head, head in line with the rest of your spine if you can. Big breathing. And then back at center, take the arms out super wide. Hinge halfway down. Pause with your hands at your thighs and just take a second. You can even bend your knees a little bit. Rock your hips from side to side. And then straighten the legs. Pausing right here. Do you already feel that at the legs? And get your fingertips to the floor or perhaps to blocks, still flat in the back. We'll lift the right set of toes up. And then switch, lift left set of toes. Okay, the low back is still flat. Both sets of toes down now. We'll straighten to that right knee, but you're probably finding that you could fall deeper and deeper into this fold as time goes on, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So let it happen. Breathe. And then straighten out to the left knee. Right knee can be soft. Spend a little time breathing here. Okay, straighten both legs, come back onto fingertips, flatten your back. Walk your hands over to the right and take a fold over here. Flatten again, walk your hands to the left and fold over here. And then come on up to flat. Hands to the top of the mat, feet to the back of the mat. Find downward facing dog and do what you do. Okay, let's wake up a little bit and we'll look forward. Step the right foot outside of your right hand, big lunge, and then step right back into downward facing dog. You're going to do that exact thing 4 more times. Go ahead, step forward, step back, 3 more. Into downward facing dog. Next side, left foot, outside left hand. Pause there for a second. Really reach the legs away. Hips go forward, heart is light. And then step to downward facing dog. You got 4 more. Left foot steps forward. And then back. 3 more. Downward facing dog. Let's wave forward to plank pose, pausing here to rock forward and rock back. Rock forward and back 3 more times. This time take your knees down, come all the way to the ground, however you can get there. Lift for cobra. Maybe tip to the sides. And then dip low, push onto hands and knees, walk the arms forward, get an early puppy. Sitting bones roll high. Can the elbows reach farther forward to change this up a bit? You'll pull the sternum down toward the pubic bone. Amazing. Come out. Let's move back into downward facing dog. Now we get to start building our flow. Hooray. We'll slide the right leg up high. Okay, draw the knee forward. Step the foot between your hands. We're going to do a funny little way to get in. Back heel comes down. Lift the heart just about halfway. You're going to start taking the left elbow behind. Reach it to horizontal. And then the right arm tips up and you'll stand at warrior two. Only thing is today we're not going to stay very long, so we're going to tip right into peaceful warrior. Strong foundation of the legs. And then exhale, right forearm to thigh. Left arm across the ear, roll the heart up. Breathe in and out. As you stand up, reverse a triangle. So the right leg straightens, you'll reach up and back. And then create triangle. We'll do it a special way. The back of the right hand to the inner right leg. So when the left arm reaches up, you're kind of pushing against the back of your hand, spiraling the chest up a little bit more. Gaze high. Get empty. Then look out in front of the right foot. Soften the right knee. Take yourself to half moon. At half moon, left toes point down, left heel points up, and you're going to pulse up just 4 times. Go for it. Now keep that foot higher than your hip as you guide it into your line of view. You can even tap your toes just to kind of prove it all worked out. And then come back to half moon. We're going to build on this later. For now, step into side angle. Left arm across the ear. And then the left hand down. Back heel lift so you can sweep the right arm up to the sky. Get a good twist in. Ah. And then hand presses down. Step to plank pose. Inhale. Looking forward, come forward a little bit. Exhale, chaturanga or the ground. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connect to breath. Left leg slides high. Place this foot between your hands. Back heel rolls down. Lift the chest like halfway up. Right elbow starts to reach behind you. Then extend that whole arm till it's parallel with the ground. And then lift everything else right up into warrior two. Of course, we're not going to stay. Legs stay firm. They hardly move as you tip back to peaceful warrior. On the exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm across your ear, roll the chest up, the gaze up, an in and out breath. Come on up to peaceful triangle. Left leg straightens, kind of like a peaceful warrior though. And on an exhale, come all the way down into triangle, back of the left hand to the inner left leg, wherever it lands. So you push against it and spiral the heart up a little farther. Let's get another in and out breath. Gaze past those left set of toes, bend the left knee a little bit, carry yourself to half moon. Right leg hovers. You're gonna roll the right heel up, the toes down. You're gonna pulse up 4 times. Then keep your foot at hip height or higher as you guide the foot into view And if you want, you can touch your toes and then re-extend. Let's come on into side angle pose. Nice and low this time, right arm across your ear. Never cheating yourself of breath. Right hand down, back heel up, left arm lifts. Big revolution. And then both hands down. Plank on an inhale, looking forward. Come forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, connect. Bend the knees, point them to the left, and stretch all the way through the flanks. And then bend the knees, tip them the other way. Big stretch all the way through, shoulders back, butt. All right, back to downward facing dog. Set your knees down for a second. Okay, reach the arms forward. Let's come back to puppy. This time on fingertips, really straight through the elbows. And so while you're in here, I'm just going to tell you, we're going to end up doing this same sequence again, but we'll add little pieces to it. And I won't have to cue as much because you sort of know where we're going now. Keep your puppy, but walk your hands to the left. Send the chest toward the ground. And then walk hands to the right. And then back through center. Okay, palms down. Let's come on into downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg high. This time we'll open the hip, bend the knee, and play with it a little bit. Like you press your heart back and to the right, that left set of toes like they're gonna reach forward. It's like a bit of a bow shape or a back bend. And then right foot steps forward, ground the back heel, take that bow and arrow type of movement right into warrior two. Tip it into peaceful. Exhale, forearms side angle. Inhale, reverse a triangle. Exhale, true triangle. Spiral the heart. Stay for an in and out. Looking forward now, create that half moon. We'll do the same pulsing, heel up 4 times. Now guide that foot into your view. Can you take yogi toes and pulse again right here? And that's it, release, back to half moon. All the way into side angle. Maybe the legs go just a little deeper for fun. And then left hand touches down, back heel lifts, right arm lifts. You choose this. Okay. Side plank with the foot down, with the foot stacked, or grabbing the toes. to come out, you're going to step behind, but we'll do something a little different. Just sit all the way down, reach toward that left foot, and then come on up and roll into plank position, looking forward, coming forward, lowering on the exhale. Heart opens. Downward dog. Connect. We'll get this left leg high, open the hip, bend the knee, and play with it. So let your heart press way back, a little to the left, like you're exploring a back bend. We'll breathe into it for a while. And then looking forward, knee comes forward, plant the foot. Back heel down, string your bow to warrior two. Tip for peaceful. Exhale, side angle with the forearm. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, true triangle. Pause for the in and out. Keep the breathing slow, elongated. And then gaze in front of those left toes. Make your way into your half moon. Heel lifts. You'll pulse it up 4 times. Guide this foot into view, keep it higher than your hip. Yogi toe hold if you've got it. And then pulse that open a few times. Come back to half moon. Step all the way back, deep legs. Side angle. Look down, roll down, back heel lifts, left arm lifts. Stay here, step it halfway back, stack the feet or take yogi toes. Okay, step behind you. You're gonna sit all the way down, touch your right toes, and then come up to roll it over into plank. Pausing at your inhale, look forward, move forward. Lower how you do. Open the chest. Downward dog. Set your knees down. Crawl yourself in. We're going to set up for a camel before we do our final sequence. Take your time, lift the chest. Both hands back or one at a time. Can you lift this up to behind your heart? Then come on up, sit down on your heels. So I want to give you another puppy, but I want to change it up, just get a little deeper into this thoracic and shoulder opening. So you could do that one of, I'm seeing 3 ways. One way is up at a wall. Let your heart come down, make use of gravity that way. Another way is with blocks. Place your hands or your elbows on them. Here again, just giving your body a bigger opportunity to get into a back bend. Another way is to grab the mat in front of you. Once you're in deeply, you'd straighten your legs. So take your pick, spend some time. When you're ready to come out, let's take a child's pose. Let the heart soften a little bit before we bang out a pretty energetic final version of this sequence. All right, let's prep for our final one. Come on into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high, open it up. And same thing, you're gonna kind of flirt with this idea that it's a back bend. You might even start to play with the balance, like what's it like to lift onto right tippy fingers? To almost flip it, but you're not gonna flip it. Step the right foot forward. Be Arjuna, stringing the bow. Make peace. Side angle. Peaceful triangle. Right leg straightens. Come on into triangle. We get to catch our breath there. Slow it down. Empty out. Inhale all the way up, a little different now, parallel through the feet. Arms open wide. Send the right hand down, left arm up. Okay. Can you keep the hips even? As you pulse this left arm up 4 times, go for it. Big opening. And then exhale, right arm comes through, or left arm comes through the right, and you'll open up again. Just 2 more like that. And then exhale, roll down, fold all the way down. In a moment, we'll catch an inversion, but I want to give you the chance to get deeply into the legs first. All right, peer forward. So you might even come into a squat for just a second. I want to tell you what I have in store. We're going to progressively make our inversions more and more challenging in this practice, starting from now. So I'm inviting you first into a headstand. Feel free to bring that to a wall. If you do headstand away from the wall, I'm encouraging you to press so hard through your forearms that your head barely touches the ground. Let's see how it goes. I'm doing 8 or 10 breaths. And then open legs, come on down, flatten the back. Open the arms, come all the way up. And you're gonna bend this knee. Now instead of launching into half moon, you're gonna launch into Chapasana, grabbing hold of the foot behind you, like you're stringing a bow. Do your best. Now we're still going to extend the leg, bring the foot into view, keep it as high or higher than the hip, grab hold of yogi toes, only this time play with how far forward you can actually get that leg. Woo! It's good to be at your edge. And then send it back through half moon into this deep side angle. Rolling it down. Here's a fun one, okay? Any side plank of your choosing, including grab hold of the inner back foot, right foot, kick back, okay? Find your bow. Some of you will feel called to flip the grip or whatever, do you? And then we'll step it back and we can get a proper wild thing if you want it. Some of you will even turn this one into a wheel. Okay, if you're in wheel comfortably, you could be lowering your seat a few times like pulses. And then slow flipping over, plank pose, take your flow. Move to downward dog. Slide the left leg up, open the hip, press the heart back into the left. So flirtations, it could be on lift of fingertips. Play with the balance a little bit. Almost flip it over, but don't. Roll the knee forward, place the foot. Become Arjuna, an archer. Tip in peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Up to reverse triangle. And then full triangle, where we'll pause, enjoy breath. Still active from the root up. Get empty. And then lift all the way. Open the arms, left toes come in. Left arm reaches forward. You can tip this toward that sailboat shape. How even can the hips remain as you pulse the right arm up? 4 times, go ahead. Slow is good, you want to feel everything. And then, as you roll down, right arm slides underneath the left, reach, 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 and open back up. Do that just twice more. And And then flatten your back, both arms out, interlace the fingers behind, and fold. All right, come on up. So the next one we'll do is forearm stand. I'm going to encourage you to press up into that. I know that's tough for a lot of people. You can also take a wall at this point. We're going to get up there, try to stay, just feel light and long through the armpits for 8 or 10 breaths. Let's try it out. If you can almost press, but you can't quite press, try lifting one leg out to the side, and then the other will tip you up. Let me know if that worked for anyone. I'd love to know. Yeah, slowly take it down. Come on up to flat. Arms open wide, stand all the way up. Left toes point to the front. Instead of just half moon, you're going to try to take Chapasana, that sugar cane, grabbing hold of the back foot like a bow. Go for it. Okay, re-extend. As before, draw the foot into your view. Okay, grab hold of yogi toe, but try to keep going. Keep it nice and high up there, but pull it forward until you're challenged. Go for it. Ooh, and then back through and into a deep side angle. Roll down, back heel lifts. Take your side plank version, including, if you want it, that bow. Grab hold of that left foot. If you're called to flip the grip, go for it, but no need. This time we can really, when you're ready, flip it all the way over into a deep wild thing. And if you want it, some of you will come into wheel. Don't push it. If you're going to be in wheel, consider pressing through the shoulders and also lowering the butt a handful of times. Go for it. And then slowly flip it over. Back to plank. Last big effort, guys. Up dog. Down dog. Okay, right knee forward. I want to get us into a pigeon. We got one more inversion coming. But let's let the heart settle a little bit. So tip this into whatever variation of pigeon you're loving. If you haven't done it yet, for the last 5 breaths or so, consider threading the needle. Send that left arm under so you can kind of twist. Keep the right hip heavy, but wrap the right arm behind. Some of you will grab yogi toe pretty easily. If you want an even deeper version of it, take your left hand to the inner right shoulder. Keep your spine long as you point the heart up. I'm going to place a block underneath my head, make it a little easier to lean back and look up. Oh my goodness, feels so good. Let's unwind and press. Back to all fours or downward facing dog, whatever you like. Left knee comes forward. Again, take the version of pigeon that's making you happy today. And we'll settle down into it. All right, for the last phase of this hold, I'd encourage you, I didn't say this last time, but actually start by walking yourself a little farther forward just in torso. You're trying to get a little more space between your vertebrae. Then thread the needle, take the twist. If you can, wrap the left arm around. Some of you will grab your toes, but you don't have to. Can you press right hand into the front left shoulder? It's like a manual adjust, self-adjust. You could even place a block under your head to make it easier to look up. What would it be like to point the right lungs up? Settle the breath. All right, hands back down, crawl back up. You can tip over and send the right leg forward. I want to give you a chance to get into handstand. What we're gonna do is go for a timed handstand. So 30 seconds is the challenge. You can be doing this at the wall or in the middle of the room if that's you. 30 seconds is the challenge. If you can't make it, no worries. If you can go for 45 seconds or a full minute, that's cool too. If you've got glaucoma, by the way, it's not recommended. Okay, you can be placing your legs up the wall or taking shoulder stand, for instance. All right. Okay. Keep in mind that I'm going to cue a slow and mindful exit. So try to save just a tiny bit of juice. Okay.
The exit is one leg comes into your chest as tightly as possible. It's like you're trying to do a split to slow yourself down. Keep the shoulders up high. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Take it as slow as you can. And then land.
Let's come right onto our backs. If you're craving one more back bend, now's probably the time to sneak it in. In fact, I'll do wheel to bridge myself, wheel to, fish to wheel. With straight legs, trying to push through the chest. Straightening one arm at a time. And then taking it all the way down. And rock the knees left and right. Okay, let the knees fall left ankle to the right outer knee, just for a few seconds. We're not all the way done with our stretches, but almost. And then through center. Plant the left foot, hug the right knee in. Interlace your fingers around this foot. Okay, can you extend the leg? Do the best you can. Lift your chest to the knee. Maybe you can extend the left leg. Prop yourself with the right elbow, take that left arm and help the right leg straight. Play around with reclined Hanumanasana for a little while. Lie back, cross the left arm or left leg over your body. So you get this big twist. And if you want to, you can bend the back knee, grab hold of that foot, keep it low to earth as you kick it away from yourself. And then onto the back. All right, feet separated a little bit. You can wag them left and right. Then let them fall to the right outer ankle to the left outer knee. Help it. So go soft for a few breaths. All right, and then back to center. Plant the right foot on the ground, hug the left knee into your chest. Interlace your hands around this foot if possible. Extend the leg. Lift your chest towards your knee. That might be enough, or extend the right leg. And then play with your flexibility. Right hand can stay, left arm could even prop you. As you find the split type of feeling.
and then lie back. Guide the left leg across your body. If you want to go deeper, bend the back knee, kick away, and lie down. And then release, extend your legs, shift your way into final relaxation. Take this any way that will make you feel totally neutral, almost like the consciousness of your body could slip away, and all that remains is you as this locus of consciousness that has a diffuse perimeter.
Let us awaken. Come all the way up to sit. Love to know how that one felt for you, yogis. Feel free to stay in touch. I'd love to hear from you. And be well.